everybody to this week's edition of Caliente Tech Talk. I am Service Manager Derek this time. With me is
Phil
and
Chris
and
The Voice.
The Voice. The Voice is going to give us some, I don't know, what are you going over today? Some questions.
Questions. We're
going to start with that, and then we'll get to our topic. And he's holding my topic sheet, so we may not have any idea what we're going to talk about tonight. So what do you got for us, Voice?
So the first question is, do loud pipes really save lives?
I thought we talked about this. This must be from an old episode.
Maybe.
Okay.
We can touch on it.
Well,
I think you and I disagree about this.
But no, didn't they fire off a bunch of stuff about this?
Sure.
This episode prompted a lot of conversation.
Yeah, there's a lot of comments
online.
based off of this question.
Yeah, so what were the comments? Because we knew this would be a hot topic.
So a lot of them are based off of, cats provide enough muffling to the exhaust. Apparently a lot of people have cats, or I assume catalytic converters.
The catalytic converters. They're big on those.
Apparently in Minnesota, they can do whatever the hell they want.
Well,
according to somebody.
Yeah, according to somebody.
Which, if it was said online,
it's got to be true.
It's true. So when you're being arrested for violating whatever federal law,
blame what's his face.
The guy in Minnesota said.
Now here's a comment.
Ooh.
Harleys run 100% better.
Oof.
Without cats and exhaust.
100%.
Are you hooking up
without
a catalytic converter? Are you drag racing?
It does not say.
Okay.
So I think any bike that's set, we talked about this, any bike that's set up correctly will run good. Can they run better with no cats? Of course. Can they run better with no fuel? Of course. Do they pollute the environment and maybe destroy lives? Possibly. So, potato. Yeah, screw the kids. We don't care if they have a planet to live on. It's all good. So.
Do loud pipes save lives?
I say no.
Yes.
I'd say you're wrong.
Years ago, bought a bike. Years ago, bought a bike, riding home. Wife's in front of me. I was behind her. She almost got over and turned into me because at the time, we decided not to get the pipes at that point. Literally, she almost hit me, and then she said, go back and get the pipes.
Hang on a second.
Do they save lives? Technically, no.
If this was rando stranger that went, oh my goodness, what I heard was your wife tried to kill you, and this was a good excuse.
She's gonna watch this. I'm gonna show her this episode just for that.
Yes.
How long ago?
That's a great excuse.
This was in 03.
Okay, yeah. 03. Okay. Noise canceling wasn't in cars yet.
What was she driving?
A Honda Civic.
A Honda Civic.
With the windows down.
90 what?
2000.
Oh, it was a 2000. It was a new Honda Civic.
With the windows down.
She was trying to kill you.
Yeah, she was just straight up.
We weren't married yet.
Even better. You wouldn't sign the prenup, but she was taking you out.
Walk away.
Yeah.
Free.
I'm sure it was I didn't see him, officer.
She's got plenty of other ways to kill me. She doesn't need to hit me with a car.
All right. Well, now we know. It's your wife can scapegoat those quiet pipes, and when she runs you over in the driveway.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. What else you got? Was that all the topics?
I mean, that was the main bout of comments and stuff like that.
Well, okay, you kind of went off on the old no catalytic converter. I'm gonna hit on that a little bit. With yes, they probably do run a little bit better and a lot less hot.
Yes, we get that.
They put in a lot of research, and then it's EPA, so
there are rules.
There are rules that we have to abide by.
And yes, if you're on a racetrack,
apparently in Minnesota, don't need to do these rules.
Yeah,
I don't.
I mean, Joe Schmo can cut out your catalytic converter.
It's illegal.
It's just illegal.
Yeah.
I mean,
you do what you want.
You do what you want.
It's your motorcycle.
It's your ticket.
I mean, I run straight pipes on my.
What year is it? Yeah, it's old as hell.
It's old.
Grandfathered in. So anyway, I get it.
So let's move on to the actual topic.
We're going number one up there. If you can read my writing, I will be very impressed.
The simplest things to refresh your bike.
Oh, okay. I do like this topic. We do need to touch on one thing, though, before we get into the topic tonight. You may notice we're in a new environment here, and it is not at a really cool lake somewhere in East Texas. Because on the last episode, in the last video, you noticed we were in a place and there were some things that happened, and that trip didn't work out the way we had hoped it to.
Promptly ended.
Yeah,
we had an incident.
There may be some person on crutches still to this day as we're working.
The weather turned pretty bad on us.
The weather was beautiful the night.
Day.
We salvaged the day.
Yes.
We didn't go to where we wanted to go and do our off-roading and our camping and everything, but we made some nice new acquaintances at the Shiner Brewery.
Yes, thank you.
And had a lovely day there. If you've not been to the Shiner Brewery in Shiner, Texas, I highly recommend it. It's a great place to hang out. They got live music.
Have a wedding.
They've got food. Yeah, the weddings. They're throwing washers. It's a nice hang day. So if someone in your party falls down in a driveway and breaks an ankle and it scraps your weekend of riding, head over to Shiner and hang out for the day.
So, take all back roads.
All back roads. We wound
beautiful.
through everywhere in that area of Texas, and it was very nice. And we took 0 pictures and videos.
And the voice and I got to go to Green Hall.
Yeah, we went to Green Hall.
There's a few pictures of the brewery that we might be able to pop up on.
I've asked them to put pictures up every time. There's never
Well,
pictures.
you know, if you go on Instagram and you follow us, you can see the pictures from our trip.
Good point. What is that? Yeah, you just,
What's the address?
So it's just on Instagram. It's Caliente Tech Talk. It's all easy.
Caliente Tech Talk on Instagram, and that shows some stuff from the trip.
Yep.
Cool. And that's another place you can make comments and things because we're watching that.
You can also see some other things if you go to our TikTok.
Caliente.
There's some shenanigans.
There's some shenanigans and a specific video that we will not be able to show.
Tech Talk TikTok?
Yep, Tech Talk TikTok.
All right. Check that one out. So I just want to comment on that because it was like a jarring change from where the last video was.
What our plan was.
The last episode to where this episode is in our new, beautifully designed studio.
State of the art.
State of the art.
It's beautiful.
It's gorgeous. So, but back to our subject of the evening, which is some simple things to refresh a motorcycle. So this has come from my days as a technician. I'm sure you guys run into this. For me, I always think when I'm sitting on the bike, if I'm the pilot of the bike, the things I'm touching and seeing, and if they're grimy and nasty, it just makes the bike feel old. So I'm always doing fresh grips.
Oh, yeah.
The little like rubber seals around if you got gauges on the dash, the condition of the seat, the riser bushings.
Riser bushings are a big one.
These are like minimal investments, especially if you're buying a used bike. I have found, man, you do those couple of things to a bike, say before you sell it, way increases what you get for the bike because it just seems that much newer.
Well, it's like
levers,
the Sportster I did today. I mean,
mirrors, the floppy mirror,
or the rusty.
What were you doing on the Sportster today? What year was that?
I refreshed. It was an 09.
Okay.
And completely refreshed, like you said, grips. Brake flush, new tires, make a world of a difference.
Tires, that's a big one.
Bushings.
And check the age of the tire, not just.
I anything that's rubber, plasticky. They get brittle, they age out. They're simple fixes in a lot of cases, and they just
turn signal lenses.
Oh, yeah, that's a great one. Yeah,
faded.
Headlights, taillights. They fog over and all that. And in the automotive world, that can get real expensive. And in Harley land, it's not quite as bad. There's some even aftermarket.
Or it gives you a good option to upgrade.
Yeah,
put LEDs in.
Yeah, exactly.
Do some fun stuff.
So there's general maintenance we talk about all the time, and then there's big customizations, everything. But some of those just basic things. I mean, what's a set of stock grips cost? 25 $30 bucks.
$13 a side, I think.
And, we do promos all the time where we'll install them while you're doing your service or something, or if you want to put something fancier on. But if you've got, this is why I wear gloves, because the oils on your hands just gum up stock grips.
That's why I'm a mechanic who wears gloves at work. I wear black gloves at work because I don't want to touch the grips.
Yeah, if you grab your bike, your grips, and when you take your hands away, your grips are still on your hands. It's time.
I was gonna say, moving a lot of the used bikes and dealing with a lot of used bikes. Oh my God, it's like the worst feeling and smell.
Oh, it's horrendous. So I highly recommend doing the grips on the bikes, keeping them fresh. Put that in your every couple of year routine to freshen up.
Especially if you don't wear gloves.
Yes. Oh yeah. I don't understand.
The oils in the skin.
It just chews them up.
Yeah.
So I am a big fan of that. The other silly little things, and we do this on the maintenance, is like the kickstand spring, Jiffy stand spring, making sure it's still in good condition and lubed, because when they're all squeaky and horrible, those are just those little tiny things that make the bike feel so much better.
The little bumper. The kickstand
bumper. How many times are they gone or broken and then just clanks?
And they're
every
like
time.
$5.
Yeah, I mean, just change that stuff.
Most of us just add them. If it's missing, most of us just add them on there because we try to let the bike We try to make the bike better.
And if you're on an older bike and with cables, clutch cable, throttle cables,
dry slide is your friend.
You lubricate them suckers, man. And if they're beyond lube, replace them.
Well, I have a bike with 160,000 miles on it, and it rides like it's got 160,000 miles because it needs motor mounts so badly. It feels like everything's just vibrating apart. I need to put motor mounts in it, but that's me. The rubber bushings are just giving up.
Right. So those are the little things that people don't think about because we're always on the exhaust and handlebars and all the stuff everybody always does. But there are some things that can just freshen a bike up without huge investment, and especially if you're buying a pre-owned bike, or if you've just got a lot of miles and time on your bike, that can really bring it back to feeling like new. That's not major repairs and maintenance. Voice, opinion?
I think a lot of it has to do with just, like you said, I think there's a big difference between when you're selling it versus when you're just sprucing it up for yourself.
Yeah.
I think if it's just for yourself and everything like that, I think grips, I think seat's like a big one.
They wear out.
Yeah, they wear out.
It's like a mattress or anything else. They'll
and you can get an upholsterer just re-foam it.
Yeah, you can totally use the same pan and everything like that. Oh yeah,
they can gel them and memory foam them and everything else if you like the seat you've got. But there's a lot of good seats out there from Harley, from aftermarket, everybody.
But I also think like certain things, like if you've been riding it a certain way, giving risers a chance or giving a little bit of a different bar or something like that, can totally change the entire bike for yourself.
If you stay close to what you got, you don't have to change your cables.
Yeah, if you don't have to change cables and stuff like that.
I experienced that when I rode someone else's Pan America, and it wasn't set up like mine.
And it was god-awful?
Well, yeah, I mean, 30 minutes in, my shoulders and my back were hurting, and I realized they just had different risers, and it was putting me at a different angle, and it was not comfortable for me. So that was a minor change on my personal bike that made a world of difference for me comfort-wise. So those little things, sometimes if you think you've got the wrong bike under you because it's making you uncomfortable somehow, it's little tweaks that can actually make it correct. Your riding position, your posture, whether you're using forward controls, mid controls, or rear set, where the bars are. I mean, that's all very important things there, Squeaky. Uh-oh.
We got a visitor.
Oh, that's all right. Oh, that's our long haul driver down there. Welcome back.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going.
You can come be our audience.
You can be our audience, man. We're looking for audience members. So that's what I would recommend for sure. So any other thoughts, ideas on that one?
I think we covered it.
Oh yeah,
we covered it. That's everything.
Well, spruce things. I mean, you can go into brake pads,
windshield. One on a touring bike, windshields, whether it goes from a 3-inch or a 12-inch. I mean, that's a big one to keep the wind off you.
Good point.
Again, we're not trying to sell parts. We're just trying to spruce up the bike and make it feel new again.
Yeah, and without having to do major investment in it. I agree. I think those are great things and can make the bike feel a lot more comfortable. So super exciting, I know. But it's little things that make it a bike you appreciate more and can potentially get more value for if you were selling it or trading it in, or just make the bike more comfortable and happy for you. That's what I would say. How are we looking on time there, voice? We're rocking on the time. So I think that's going to wrap up this episode. We've got a few more we're going to shoot tonight, actually. I know this is spread out over weeks, but we like to get all these done at once. So please keep your questions coming in. Keep your comments coming in. We want to respond to what you got out there, and we will hopefully see you guys next time. Like and subscribe.
Thank you.
Later.